Welcome to this look at a new map on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. This is Richport. This is a new map out from WhiteBull Modding, 212.29 megabytes to download. There's quite a lot of stuff added into this. There's no required mods. It does say it's seasons ready, it does say it's manure system ready for PC users. It doesn't say it's precision farming ready, but there will always be the default Giants soil map, so if you do want to use precision farming you can. It just doesn't say whether or not they've got a custom soil map added into this. I am on New Farmer, I'm on normal economy for the map tour. And this is the map. 15 main fields. On New Farmer, we start with the main farm here and Farmhouse. Fields 1 and 2, bit of land around it. We've got a few crops growing. It reminds me of how farms work with the Custer family. They do a lot of their crops like that. So, we've got cows and pigs? Chickens. Cows and chickens at the first farm. There are sheep to the north, and then there are horses to the south. We'll get round and have a look at all of those. Field prices are up there. 1,212,000, 634, 2,536,000. There isn't really a cheap plot on the map. 414, I think that's about the best you're going to get. There is some forestry to the north as well. Again, prices are fairly expensive for the plots that are up there as well. Contracts are available on the map. There are no custom crops. What we'll do first of all, we have, as I was saying, about mods. There's no required mods, but what WhiteBull Modding has done, and it says with their team, there are a load of mods for this map built into the map. And when I say there are a lot, there are quite a few. One being the farmhouse, which is just here. We have a dog kennel to the right, which you also start with. Farmhouse you can go into. It's an interesting design, this one. We've got a home office downstairs. Your sleep trigger is just in here in the bedroom. And then we've got access through to the garage, which is just in there. We go upstairs. The main living area is upstairs. So your kitchen, dining area is all upstairs with your sofa and your TV. That's the farmhouse. And like I say, to the side we've got the garage with the pickup in. Actually, I'm going to need that, so let's pull out from there. Dog kennel to the side. The dog doesn't respect the bars of the cage, but we can open and close the cage, and we can go and feed the dog. Should come back in and eat. Go on, thank you. And as we move north across the yard, we start coming into a lot of the custom stuff. So this is a good point to talk about the mods that are involved, the slot counts, and the equipment we start with. Prepare yourself for this. On New Farmer, on console, 1,027 slots out of 1,299 have been used. If you come onto this on Farm Manager and start from scratch, that drops down to 789, still pretty high. You'll understand why in just a moment. We can get that slot count down to 427. So again, don't panic. We can get the slot count down if you want to. It's entirely up to you. So on New Farmer, we start with a Case Puma 185 CVX, a Case 7210 Pro, a John Deere 8245R. We start with a Roadrunner. John Deere T560. We start with a New Holland FR780 forage harvester. We've got mine goes blank. It's a feed mixer. What's the word I'm thinking of? They're all mobile, you know what I mean. We've got a Star Emperador 3.0. We've got a New Holland L218 skid steer loader. We've got the pickup. We've got a the Wilson Pacesetter trailer. We've got a Joskin drag cart. We've got so much equipment. The Kinsey 1051 grain cart, the header for the John Deere. We've got a header for the forage harvester. We've got a cultivator. We've got a seeder. We've got a planter. We've got a planter tank, seed tank, fertilizer spreader, muck spreader, slurry spreader, attachment for the slurry spreader. We've got a mower. We've got tedder, windrower. We've got a baler. We've got a leveler, silage clamp, packer, downer. We've got another leveler, bale spear, weights. Then we move on to the modded gear that's in here. We've got a cow pasture which holds 400 cows, a horse paddock that holds 15 horses, sheep pasture that holds 250, dog house which holds 1 dog, chicken coop 400. We've got a large grain silo which is 1,000,000 litres, standard crop types. It's not a multi-fruit silo but it holds 1,000,000 of each. We've got hay silos, 400,000 litres of hay or straw that will hold. Three bunker silo set. And we've got garages. Garage, metal shed. Now weirdly the garage, I can't find a workshop trigger for that. I think it's just a garage. Garage, metal shed, bale shed, big shed. And the house. That's a lot of stuff. 1,027 slots. If you come onto this on Farm Manager or start from scratch, you have all of the machinery, all of the equipment. You don't have any of the buildings. And it will look something like this. Now, if you get rid of all of the equipment and machinery, that's how you get the slot count down to 427. So yeah, 1027 down to 789, down to 427, and then you can pretty much do what you like with whatever machinery, whatever equipment that you want. Now, a lot of these mods that are installed by the map maker, the animal pens are all in here. So your horse paddock's 150 grand, doghouse is 200, chicken coop's 200 for 400 chickens, which is amazing. Cow pasture is 150 grand. I said 400. Sheep pasture will hold 250. Then we've got under sheds, we've got the metal shed, the bale shed, the big shed, and the garage. There is also a shop. Like the main store, it doesn't have the triggers, but you could set up a different shop somewhere else if you wanted to. It is a John Deere dealership. You may not want to, that's up to you. And then we've got the silo, the bunker silo, the hay silo, and the large grain silo are all under silos. I don't think we've got anything under decoration, and I don't think we've got anything under miscellaneous. So it's all there. It's a bit mad, really. Slurry point for the cows is just here. Manure point, automatic into there. Feed triggers, as we come in, we have feed trigger this end. Straw trigger is a bit further up this end. Water trigger, if we open that up, is, although the trigger point is here, the trough is just to the side there, and I had to kind of almost come in at a bit of an angle to get the trigger to work, but it's just in here for the water. Close that. We do have light switches. Where's the light switch gone? There we go. Light switches on the cow pasture. Like I said, that will hold 400. Around the side, we've got a chicken coop that will do 400. Trigger for there. Sorry, I meant so the livestock trigger for the cows is literally as you just walk in the first bit. So trigger there for buying and selling. Buying and selling your chickens is there. Your feed trigger is just there, and the egg boxes will spawn just here in front of this container. So that's where your egg boxes will spawn. 1,000,000 litre silo just ahead of us, and then all the various different garages. You'll see what I mean about the workshop garage. These are all really nicely made, the mods on here. We can raise and lower the lift, although there's a sound effect that goes with that. But like I said, there's not a trigger, so I suppose you'd have to put a toolbox or something. At least I couldn't find one that would come up. I went all around with the various different things on and off, and light switches in the sheds too. And the equipment you start with, because there is a lot of it, is all around the yard. As we come round the silo, another shed here. These sheds are packed with equipment. We've got our hay loft, hay silo is just there, 400,000 litre capacity. Our triple silo, silage clamps are here, which are built into the scenery, as you can see, with a wrecked and rusted car up here as well. More machinery and equipment tucked around the back. As we come around to this other machine shed, this one as well is absolutely rammed with equipment. We've got our harvester, our forage harvester, slurry spreader, lorry, trailer, another tractor tucked around the corner there. it's all going on. As we move around the yards, back around this side, we do have a pond. The pond you can get your water from for free. There's a little concrete covered culvert here, and you can get your water. I got it from here. I don't know if you can get it from elsewhere around it, but it's just as I went over the bridge I tried it and it worked. So that's the main farm. If you are going to come onto this on Farm Manager or start from scratch and you want this particular farm area, this section is 490,000, that section is 720. But obviously, if you come onto here with either of those, you won't have the farmhouse, so you could actually place your farmhouse anywhere you want on the map. That would be entirely your choice. So let's grab the pickup and let's head round. Right, let's just try one thing. If this goes in, it'll be a miracle, but why not while we're here? Come on, be good to me. I'll take that. So, in the pickup, let's whiz round all the various different sale points. Now, the main farm area, there's a lot of detail and a lot of the mods going on here. We've got a nice sweeping terrain that goes all around. It does say there are custom textures as well. So it says the crops have custom textures. We've got a few custom crop textures, but no crops themselves in addition to. We're going to head out from here and go around clockwise. Now there are bits of this, what's the best way of describing it? It feels in places a little bit clunky. I've said that before on various different map tours. The kind of blends between certain things do on occasion seem a bit clunky. In opposition to the main farmyard, which is really detailed, all those mods, there's loads of stuff going on and loads of things you can choose from. A few bits seem contrived is the wrong word, but I don't know. You'll see as we go around. I'm not trying to be negative or horrible or anything like that. It's just like I've said before when I do these map tours, it's just kind of here. So the first point we're going to come to is this one here. This is the grain mill. If we go into this menu, actually we go that way. So we've got the various different sell points. We've got four main, what I consider a main sell point: grain mill for Andre the Giant, Casborg, and Applechester. They do sell buy various different things. Casborg doesn't take oats, for example. There's a few little anomalies here and there, but they are main sell points, and they will take eggs and milk and various different things. Then we've got King's Win. King's Win was for wood chips. And then the spinnery obviously will do your wool and cotton, and White Way is like your barn sell point. The biogas plant is purchasable for 300 and just under 364,000, and if you do buy the biogas plant, it will take regular crop types, regular things that they will biogas plants take. We're going to carry on around this way. I've been trying to get into the habit of making a note of the sell point names as I go, so I don't forget, because I often get there and end up going backwards and forwards into the map. We have our livestock market just here, with the trigger point for livestock market there, for buying, selling, loading or unloading of livestock, as you might imagine. As we come further round, I'm coming to this sell point here. Now, it's weird, in the corner we've got the spinnery sell point, which has nothing. There's no adornment, nothing there. And like I said, considering you've got all this various different stuff, all these little buildings and things, and the main farm area's got all this going on, I just thought, even just a cotton bale next to it or something would make it a little bit more, I don't know. But I'm just saying what I think as I go around. What are we doing now? Oh yeah, the next one. So that's spinnery. This is Casborg, so on the main sell points, that's Casborg. We'll have a look on the map in a minute and I'll do the route round. Then we've got the fuel station, which is just here. Now the fuel station has got me a little bit puzzled, I'll be honest. Because it does say in the Mod Hub website, if I can find it, there is also a gas station with a shop and washing station. Well, we've got the gas station and the pumps are here, I've been all the way around. I can't find a washing station. I thought it would be under here. But there's no jet wash or anything. All around the back. So potentially it didn't convert over from PC to console. And the shop itself is, I think there's been a, whether there's an apocalypse coming, there's a bit of a run on the store. Again, it's a bit bare inside the store. But that's your fuel point. And then we will head across the road to the biogas plant. Got to stop doing that. So over into the biogas plant. Like I say, buying this is 363,000 and change. 2 silage clamps, pretty large ones too. Digestate there is your byproduct from whatever you put into the digesters. And there's your sell point at the biogas plant. If you're new to the game, if you are going to do biogas plant related things, you do need to buy the biogas plant. It will pay out at midnight, won't pay as you unload. So from the biogas plant, I'm going to head... Which one's going to go next? I think I'm going to go... Yeah, go right next, and then we'll head out to the sheep. And then we'll go around. So most of the sell points are all clustered up here in the northwest. And then we come to the sawmill sell point. This is King's Win. So you've got the lumber sell point is just here around the front. And then around the back we've got our wood chip sell point. And that was the price we had on a King's Win was for the wood chips. Just there. So now is probably a good time to check in on the map and see where we've come from and what we've gone to. So from the main farmyard area here, we came out the bottom, up here and out around the side. We went to the grain mill first, then back up, animal dealer, spinnery, Casborg gas station, biogas plant. We've come out onto the main road round here and we're now at King's Win. So what we're going to do here is head out and go up to the sheep pasture. Now I've tried this off camera when I've been going around checking on the map. You don't have to buy this plot of land. This actually weirdly is part of the biogas plot, so you kind of buy all of that land in one. You don't have to buy it to put animals on it, and you can feed them and they will produce what you need to without actually having to own the land, so they are there. But if you do come onto this, as I've said on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't have any of the buildings, you don't have any of the pastures either, so you don't have any of the animal pens. So again, that could potentially be if you'd rather place things where you want to or use modded ones or whatever, you absolutely can. But if you come onto it on either of those, the animal pens aren't on the map either. So whizzing out here, the forestry is all to the north. Plenty of forestry to be getting on with. So we've got the gate opens just here. Trigger for the sheep is here and it will hold 250. We have our water trough to the side here with its trigger. Feed trough around the other side just here. And it took me a little while. I had to fill it all up and get animals in here. But the actual wool pallets spawn over here. There's not actually a designated, it's not marked out, but the wool pallets spawn here. Yeah, well, I mean, I suppose they've got to spawn somewhere, but that's where they spawn, just over to the side. In case you were wondering. So from here, we're going to follow the road round and we're going to head to, where are we going next? The store and then Whiteway, I think. That's where we're going to be heading. Again, I'll show you on the map when we get there and we get round. It does sweep up and down. We do have some nice undulations. And there is a river running across part of the map and it's got, I mean, quite a, not canyon's probably the wrong word, but you'll see as we go. I think the field prices are what give you an indication to the field sizes. It can often be deceptive when you look at a map on the map screen. that they seem small, but then as you drive around the map, you suddenly realise just how big they are. And on this one, the field prices do reflect that. So when you're looking at a field and it's 600,000 or a million, that's a lot of money. But there are some big fields on here. So into the store. As I said before, John Deere dealership. A couple of our bits of machinery that we start with on New Farmer are here at the store. So you'd have to come and collect them from here first, but we do own those. We've got our buy point if you want to use it. If you don't want to use your kind of your tablet version, we do have a door here. One thing I was tiny bit disappointed, and it's not, you know, it's one of those little aesthetic things. There's your trigger. You've got these little podium things, plinths inside, that I thought, oh, that'd be perfect for like storyline to have a vehicle, a couple of vehicles on these. But the problem is there's no way of getting them in or out. There's no main doors on this section that open. So we've got a few bits and bobs here, but I just thought it'd be quite cool to have a couple of items sitting on those. It's a small thing, but... And like I say, this store, the actual building itself, is available on this map in the shed section, but it doesn't come with the triggers. So you can place it, and you can put a workshop trigger with it if you wanted to. So our workshop trigger is just here. These do open. That's your main store area, and this is also the reset point. So if anything gets stuck, or you just want to reset it back to the store, you absolutely can. This is where it will reset to. Next, we have got Whiteway, and Whiteway, when we looked at the sell points a while ago, Whiteway is your kind of barn sell point, so it will take your bales, and I think it does silage too. Just up the slope up here, there are an absolute ton of bales stacked up here. So there's your sell point here for Whiteway. Then from here we're going to head south down to the bottom of the map to, I think we've got two more sell points, and we've got the horse ranch. Now the horse ranch is the one that came out a few days ago from WhiteBull Modding. Who was the other person? It was someone else in WhiteBull Modding, wasn't it? Mine's gone blank. But it's that one that came out. So we're rising up a little bit, and we're coming to the river section now. And you'll see as the land drops away that it sort of runs down in a valley, I guess. It's not a canyon as such. It does sweep down into a valley. Either side. So we've got a little sort of town setup store point just here. So this sell point here, there's probably an in-joke with this, I would assume, with the map maker. This sell point is for Andre the Giant. That's what it's called. That's that one just there. And if we continue along from here, we'll come to the ranch. You can go up around the back section there. There's like a little, I suppose almost like a riding school. There's an area out the back for exercising your horses. But this is your ranch. This will hold 15 horses. Water trough to the side there, feed troughs in the inside, and your bedding and hay goes in here as well. And there is an exercise area just over the back here. Although I was trying to find where you open the gate to get into this. Unless I'm right by it. Am I being really blind here? That's weird. Why would there not be a gate? Oh, is it there? Where the double fence bit is? Oh, maybe not. That's strange. Maybe you just have to jump the horses in. There probably is a gate somewhere, I'm just missing it. Anyway, so we have come from the sheep out along this main road taking the turning down here to the shop, then to White Way. We've headed all the way down here. For Andre the Giant, we're now here at the horse ranch. What we're going to do is drive up the road here. We're going to go to Applechester, which is the last of the sell points, and then it takes us back round to the main route and back up into the farmyard. That, in essence, is the map. Okay, so from here, back over the river, so the good thing about this one of the maps like this, because there are no fences, no hedges, it's much more open ground. You can use any size equipment you like. You know, especially if you come onto on Farm Manager or start from scratch, and you can use then any buildings you want, any sheds, any anything you want to do. I think because of the way the terrain is, you're going to need something a bit of oomph, a bit of horsepower if you're going to be using larger machinery, because there are some bits on here that are fairly steep. Now as we come down here, this is the last of the sell points. This is Applechester, which is just here. And then we head back around and head back up to the main farm area. And this has been Richport by WhiteBull Modding. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.